have the power.
Hey Hero fans, for those that just saw my last video on how I almost got scammed, I did call the I did fill out the form for the FBI and I did call GoDaddy, so hopefully that will get resolved. But anyway, we're not here for that. We're here for Masters of the Universe Battle Cat. So this right here is kind of the Origins one, if you will, not the Chronicles one. And so I got this, the first one I got. Of course, I have both Battle Cats ordered. People have been asking me, are you making a helmet? What are you doing? What's going on? So I decided to go ahead and do a video just on this one Battle Cat, and then I'll do the video on the other ones as I get them in the mail. So here's the back of the box, and let's go ahead and break this down. Let's turn the camera around, and let's get going. So here it is. Now I got a bunch of other Battle Cats and Cringers out here, so we can take a look at different creations throughout the years and see what we got going on here and find out what we could do differently, or just maybe leave it the same. So let's take a look at the very first Battle Cat. And there he is. And this is the Battle Cat that came from the Big Jim line. They wanted to make a cat so He-Man could ride it. They added a saddle and a helmet to the legendary Big Jim cat they had for both the Tarzan and the Big Josh series they had going on with Big Jim. So there you go. And then he became the Battle Cat we all know, just a solid chunk of plastic that is immovable. And then our next Battle Cat I don't have up here is 2000X. I decided not to do the 2000X one, just focus on the ones that look the same. So then we had our Classics, and the Classics totally rock. Now I do have a regular Origins He-Man on my Classics, the cool boot knife one from the 2-pack. And I think it looks just righteously awesome having this giant cat for this He-Man figure. But anyway, we'll set that aside. And then we got our Origins one. Where did I put him? Oh, he's sitting over here. Ding! And cool, but highly disappointing in the fact they didn't have ankle articulation. So I have a video where I added ankle articulation to one time. It was kind of cool. But as you guys know, I took one of these and I made a fresh new head for him. I took this head off and I made a brand new head. Here is the head. I ripped off the one that I made. And it wasn't just an easy pop on. It should have been cool if it was. It actually came apart and it had a little weird little square piece hanging down that connected this all up. And so this was the head that used to be on the Battle Cat that later on became Cringer. I don't have that Cringer anymore. I think I sold him or something, or I got... No, you know what? I loaned him to my daughter-in-law. She was going to paint a Cringer head for me. But in the meanwhile, we got a Cringer, so I didn't have her paint the head. But this Cringer doesn't quite look like the Cringer that we were going for, because he looks very cartoony, because he's based on the cartoon series. And as you guys know, I wanted a Cringer that would go great with my classic figures, and this one is not a Classics Cringer. So I was going to carefully try to add some black marks on him with a wide brush that could look like he has fur and stuff. But we have a new cat that could possibly become my replacement Cringer for my Classics, is what I'm hoping for. But I know other people are hoping I make a new helmet. So let's check it out. So before I jump there, you're like, wait a minute. We've already been waiting now for 3 minutes, man. Can't you just jump there now? No, we first have to talk about the Masterverse Battle Cat. Now the Masterverse Battle Cat is pretty awesome. His face is kind of strange looking, but he's pretty awesome. Except for this stinky helmet. I don't know why we got this helmet. I know why. It's because it matches the cartoon. But still, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It is starting to grow on me a little bit, though. So I told everybody I am going to take my Classics helmet and stick them on it. And so where did I stick that Classics helmet? I got one sitting around here somewhere. There it is. Battle Cat sitting on it. So my plan was to take this and jam on it. But it's way too small to fit on there. So I made a little bit larger one. A little bit larger now. And this one is specially made to fit right onto his face, and it works great. Now, I made this in different versions. This one right here is the resin one. I also made some in solid ones, and I even got some paint to match this color. Ugh. Stay on there. Right here, and painted some and put yellow eyes in there. But that's actually, I'll leave that on there. I like that on there. But now, after all that history, let's take a look. Oh, I forgot this little cringer too. Meow. This is the cringer we got with Classics. And again, it's a throwback to the original Battle Cat we got. Because, look, they even put the legs in the same stinky position. It's hilarious. It's, you got the back legs, this one back, this one forward. And then on the other side, same thing. And the tail touching the leg almost. So they gave us the exact same shape as the original Big Jim one, but did it in this little guy, which is a non-movable cringer. But it looks amazing. If this would have articulated this, we would have been happy. A little bit bigger and articulated, it would have rocked. All right. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and open up our Masters of the Universe Battle Cat from the movie. That's made for the origin size figures. I forgot what they called them. They had a name for them, but it's not the Chronicles. Let's see, what's the best way to... Here we go. Here we go. There's the tape on the box. Now, this box, it does have the cool Newcastle Gray Skull on it. I guess the top opens. Okay. I think I'm picking up this when it's laying down on how to open it. There we go. Look at that. You just pop the top. Pop the top. Oh, his tail's not attached. That's hilarious. Okay, we got some more strings down here to attach. You gotta unhook Pinocchio all the way. He's got a big old piece of plastic hanging out his stomach, and I think that's to turn on his sounds. And remember, this is the origin size one. And he's got his tail here. Yeah, we'll just stuff the tail on the back. Arrgh. Fit. Why won't you go in? You have to use a heat gun or a hairdryer. There we go. Hooray! Now he is complete. Let's go ahead and yank this out. That was unsatisfyingly easy. And he's supposed to have battle sounds. Let's check out the battle sounds and see if we have... It's hollow there. Weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, one thing I noticed, the saddle's not removable. In fact, watch. It sinks right in. It's kind of funny. But it's glued on or something. It is glued. And his helmet seems to be glued on as well. So that does limit my options. And I haven't figured out how to pull his head off yet. There's obviously some kind of mechanism to control that mouth feature. So I don't know about making him into Cringer. And I don't know if I want to make him into Cringer for a number of reasons. One is the idea is I want him to be a little bit smaller than the Classics Battle Cat. And he is a little smaller, but not smaller enough to make it such a huge difference. And his articulation is actually less in some ways than we got with our Origins one. Now look at this foot right here. It's kind of cattywampus bent in from sitting in the box, and you can't, there's no outward flexation on this to line it up on either the front or the back. These legs only go back and forth. They do a ratcheting. And no knees, no ankle in the back. So this is just easy articulation. This one does have ankles in the front, which in my video I made a long time ago, I said all we need is front ankles mostly for most of the stuff we're going to do. But again, limited. So let's take a look at the Origins. And the Origins at least had midpoint articulation. No ankle, which was really necessary, but at least it had a little bit more articulation. And I guess it also doesn't go back and forth. What? I thought it did. So we basically have, instead of a knee articulation, we have an ankle. And back here, we have no articulation at that point. What a weird design. We do have a cool action feature. Now, I don't have the right He-Man to go on here yet, so we'll just put him on there. Pachink! There we go. I do have to admit, though, this Battle Cat does look better, except for the helmet, than the Battle Cat we got with Origins. That stinks. The helmet's not removable. So I will not be making a helmet for this guy, because even if I got it off, in order to make a helmet for everybody else to use, they'd have to also figure out how to get theirs off as well. And that's where the stinky part comes in, is expecting people to be able to pull theirs off is asking quite a bit. But he's pretty cool. He is cool, but just very, very limited in what he can actually do because of the articulation. Some sharp claws. But for a kid, he should be fun. Now, I should be getting my other Battle Cat tomorrow or the next day. So we'll be checking him out, the Chronicles one. But of course, I'm guessing the Chronicles one's going to be even bigger yet. So, too big to use for my Cringer. I guess you gotta do this. You gotta release quickly, because it really is mouth through the opening makes that growl. They did a good job, though, hiding the button, though. The good part, too, is because it is glued on, if you want him just to be Battle Cat, you don't have to worry about his armor sliding all the time like you do on every other Battle Cat we have. We are always readjusting the armor again and again and again. And I'm guessing this is a hole for the sword or something. Because that's what it was with one of the other figures we had. Oop. Don't cut Battle Cat. All right. So that is it. Ugh. No helmet, no Cringer head, no cool customizations. He just is what he is, and that's it. With a cool sound effects. No side movement, no mid joints, and ankle articulation plus, but that is it. Does his head actually move up and down? Oh, how weird. He's got a spot here like you would have articulation there, but if you take a look there, it's not. It's solid. I wonder if they used the same model for the smaller Origins and the Chronicles, and this will be an articulation point here on the other one. Because I could see them sculpting it on the computer and saying, you know, let's just use the same sculpt. I'll add some stuff to it. Or if they were planning on making this articulation point and decide to make it a solid piece. Because why would you have that like that if it's going to be just solid? I don't know. Oh, don't want to lose He-Man's boot knife. Boot knife. There we go. And I'll put him back on his giant Classics cat. That's all I got. Thanks for joining me. And like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Wait, where is... Good journey! Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!